Atlantic 10, undefeated in league tournaments as a head coach. Pretty good.
Zabovich whistle for the foul, and on the inbound, Sato softly kicks in the jump shot. It's actually a 3.
Sato very good at both ends of the floor. Xavier known for their aggressive defense. Not as much up-tempo as they were under Prosser.
English forces it inside. Tough shot, the follow away by Phil Martin, a 6'8" sophomore. His first bucket. And the Hawaii Rainbows on top of Xavier, 8-7.
Interesting defensive styles here. Xavier wants to pressure more. Hawaii plays it just inside the three-point line because of their lack of speed and quickness. Both effective.
A whistle on the drive. Foul on West will be his first.
West not accustomed to playing guys away from the basket. Shimonovich capable of going out there.
English uses the window. See, we watched Hawaii in that title game in the WAC. English, Campbell, Zabovich, dead-eye from 10, 12, 15 feet out.
Well, I'll tell you what, English is very, very fast also. See how they play the defense inside the three-point line? They want to double West, though.
West draws a triple team on that shot and a whistle. Haim Shimonovich picks up the foul, his first.
Well, Haim has a tough job guarding David West, the player of the year in the Atlantic 10, the defensive player of the year. 6'9", 230 from Garner, as you mentioned, and he can score. Almost 19 points a game and almost 10 rebounds a game. You can see his numbers here. Led the Atlantic 10 in field goal percentage, rebounds, and blocks.
Amazing.
Not too bad.
Nearly a double-double.
The Atlantic 10 only with one team represented in the tournament this year.
Riley Wallace told us, Bob, that they're going to play David West straight up.
Well, they're going to do that until he scores 30. They're going to have to double team him. Shimonovich will try to get physical with him. He's capable of doing that. This guy is a tough matchup for anybody. He's got the pull-up game, very much like Hollis Price of Oklahoma. He puts the ball on the floor, gets you going backwards, and pulls up uncontested. See how their legs pretty much, Campbell playing inside.
Sato. Hits the long 3. So a pair of 3 balls for Romain Sato, averaging 15 and a half a game. Only a sophomore, 12-12. Hawaii and Xavier. Zabovich. Again.
Is that an educated player or what?
My goodness, let the traffic fly by, and he has a little bit of hang time, squares the shoulders and hits the soft jumper.
He splits the defense too, right here. One-on-one, Simonovich trying to handle West.
Inside West.
They get a little help in there.
Took a double bounce. And the rebound goes out to the big fella. 6'10", Haim Shimonovich. Hawaii's made their last 5 shots, Bob, from the floor. Campbell, English, Chalmers went for the steal. Look at that shot. And underneath the block.
I believe we got a charge.
Offensive. So English comes strong baseline and his whistle for his first. Xavier will substitute. Anthony Coleman will come in.
See how he looks up one way to draw the defense? And of course, Fry in perfect position. And English will take a seat. McIntyre replaces him. Now McIntyre gives them a little bit more quickness. He is a good defender and their 3rd leading scorer off the bench.
At 10.1 points a game, a senior from Long Beach. It goes about 23 minutes for Riley Wallace. Sato had a nice look, uncontested. Zabovich, you got to be kidding. Around the rim and out. That was about 5 feet beyond the arc.
Can you say green light?
Green light anytime. Shimonovich. Oh, tip, no. And a whistle. Second foul picked up by Hawaii's big man, And a timeout.
Chevy Tahoe is the only large SUV with the security of AutoTrack 4-wheel drive, so you can impress people. Or avoid them altogether. Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
Think of e-business as a game. You got players, you got management. You got opponents who don't always play by the rules. This game takes strategy and the ability to move that metaphorical ball that is information with more money on the line than in any other game that's ever been played. E-business isn't just a game, it's the game. So if you're going to play to win.
Hey, there's big news at 7-Eleven. It's the new Big Bite Combo. Delicious Big Bite hot dog made by Oscar Mayer. With free chili and cheese, whatever you want. An ice cold Coke. And a big grab of chips. All for just $1.99. Oh, thank heaven.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy, it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
From the training field to their first mission. Real men, real life and death drama. The series American Fighter Pilot launching March 29th.
Well, Wednesday night, CBS has a new Survivor. Don't miss the first 10 minutes when the castaways' lives will be turned upside down. Then you have to stay tuned for incredible adventure on the amazing race. It all begins 8/7 Central, Wednesday, right here on CBS. So far in this game, Bob, 3 ties, 3 lead changes.
We may have an amazing race right here, 14-12 already.
You worked on that all night, didn't you?
I was thinking about it. Both of these teams, very good offensive players. Sato has hit 2 threes already. Big development in the game right now, Craig, is Simonovic is out of the game. Right now, West is not in the game either. Simonovic with 2 fouls might remain on the bench the whole half. If I was Thad Mata, I would get West back in now. They have nobody big enough to guard him as a backup.
Sato leads Xavier with 6. Zabovic with 8. We're tied at 14. Berneka, number 21, also in now for Hawaii. And Zabovic just canned it.
You know what's great about him? He comes off the screen ready to shoot the ball. His legs are low, very strong lower body. He gets lift immediately, and he's got a quick trigger.
You know, Bob, from Yugoslavia, what is it now about the European taste or the European flavor of basketball?
Well, I tell you, they follow it, and I think for years and years, coaches would go over there and give clinics and develop the interest in the game, international, especially in Yugoslavia, Croatia, Lithuania. Those places have unbelievable interest in basketball, and they work these kids when they're very, very young.
And so many have the great perimeter game. Backdoor, tough shot, and it goes down for Sato. Romain Sato, the sophomore, now 8 points, a pair of threes early.
Part of the reason for the perimeter game in the international game, Craig, is they do not have a rectangle lane. They have a lane that goes out on the side, so as a result, you can't post up very much. It's a trapezoidal lane, so you got to get skills away from the basket.
Martin has it up top with 15 on the shot clock. Another 3 goes off the mark by Berneka. And Dagas Berneka. This is an international flavored team, Hawaii. My goodness. Riley Wallace has spanned the globe.
He really has spanned the globe. He's got that school out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. He gets players from everywhere.
It's the United Nations. I mean, my goodness, Nigeria, Lithuania, Canada, South Africa, Yugoslavia, Israel, Guam, and yes, players from the United States as well.
We are the world, and they're peaceful, too, which is nice.
Zamovich drives, reverse. Oh, what a shot. Well, you talk about clinic. Inside, out, doesn't matter. 13 for the first teamer from the WAC.
Can I ask you something, Craig?
Sure.
If you're from Yugoslavia, can you be a first-team All-American? I think you can.
How about all world? Man, they need to expand it a little bit.
Look at this educated play. He's being muscled, so he uses the rim to protect the ball from the big guys. This guy knows how to play. He is an absolutely dead-eye scorer. His brother's not too bad either at Ohio State.
Well, Zamovich has been troubled with some back spasms and even a sprained hand, but shows no ill effects. West gets a quiet shot to go down. 6 for the 6'9" junior. Hawaii 19, Xavier 18.
Xavier needs to go to West right now. Martin's going to have to guard him. Martin way too thin to cover the powerful West close to the basket. Coleman also in, so they got two big people in at the same time. Twin tower look for Fad Mata's group.
Hawaii with the lead with Chaim Shimonovich on the bench with those 2 fouls. Williams pushes the tempo for Xavier. Looking inside to West in a 5-second call. Boy, Riley Wallace was counting it down on the sideline himself.
Well, the good thing about Hawaii on that is if you don't have your big man inside guarding West, what should you do? Pressure the passer. And that's what they did very effectively on that possession.
McIntyre pops out free to Martin. Under 9 minutes left in this fast-paced first half. Oh, 3 ball goes down. McIntyre. He's a 6'3" senior from Long Beach. And the lead now is 4.
I shouldn't be surprised at McIntyre's three-point shooting. He's the 3rd leading three-point shooter in the history of the University of Hawaii.
Boy, Coleman did a nice job to tip that ball to West. Spins and gets the bucket to roll down. 8 points for David West, who averages 18.5.
Well, Mendogas cannot guard him in there by himself. They either have to front him and come with weak side help, or they have to play behind and come with front side help.
Martin has it. Rise baseline, back up top, Campbell. Zamovich trying to cut.
Campbell is trying to pressure Campbell, but he is a very astute point guard.
Soft shot, falls off the rim to follow, and is put down by Phil Martin. Second bucket, the sophomore from Ontario, Canada.
So far, Hawaii's getting a lot of points in close to the basket. Great steal by Frejog.
3-on-2. And the foul on the layup. And it was a hard foul, some words exchanged, but the officials doing a nice job separating the two. Campbell, his first bucket.
Well, we talked about Hawaii being a skillful and knowledgeable team right here. Get it to the guy, stop at the free throw line. Campbell fills the lane nicely.
That was a chest bump there, Bob.
I'll tell you what, that might have been a fight somewhere.
Campbell
keeping his
he looks winded
very well.
And why not? Took a hard shot to the midsection. Campbell, we saw him in practice yesterday. He wears a headband. He's got the floppy hair. But Coach Riley Wallace says, game time, pal. You take the headband off, play with what you have.
Yeah, I think he should use mousse. Maybe keep it in place.
And a timeout in Dallas. Up and down. Hawaii up on Xavier by 7.
never been a better time to hit the road because it's Suzuki Fest time. Let us reward you when you buy a new Suzuki motorcycle. Suzuki Fest rewards as low as 4.95% APR financing for 60 months. Available on cruisers like the Marauder 800. Or get a sport bike like the Katana 600 at a great rate too. Or how about up to $600 in your choice of free accessories? Virtually anything you want. Our deals have never been this good. But hurry in because Suzuki Fest ends soon.
We don't look like the old guys on tour.
And we don't act like them.
And we don't play the same kind of golf.
Callaway Golf introduces Big Bertha C4, the new compression-cured carbon composite driver. It's lighter for greater swing speed and distance.
You're ready for the next generation.
The next generation.
I said the same thing 40 years ago.
Hi, Mr. Palmer.
The new Big Bertha C4 driver from Callaway Golf. Enjoy the game.
From oil changes to brakes to tune-ups, customers feel confident knowing Midas Total Car Care has their car running in top shape.
She's running great. Let's jump the bridge.
But where do you go? You go. What are you gonna do? Total Car Care. Midas, we do that.
Catch Dave tonight when the Patriots' Adam Vinatieri kicks off from the roof to a special surprise receiver.
I think he's up there every night.
Plus, will it float tonight?
Hawaii leads Xavier by 7. You look at the rebounds, Bob. They're getting a couple of second-chance points there with the 12-9 rebound advantage and 16-10 points in the paint.
And that's a little surprising. Hawaii getting them on second shots and fast breaks. The stars of the game certainly there. West doing a great job. So is Predrag Savovic. Say that 3 times fast.
13 for Savovic. West.
See how he guards it?
with 8 each.
See how he guards him? When he pulls up his dribble, he comes up, but he knows that Young's quicker, so he plays off him before that.
Well, the tip goes in. Dave Young off the miss by Sato.
Well, English back in the game after a breather. Campbell is out. You notice that he was fatigued. English will take over the point guard duties, and not really a point guard, but capable of doing it.
English, nice. We'll give him go. Savovic, the ball comes off the iron, and the rebound goes to David West. Here comes Chalmers on the wing. Fry drives, hangs, little push shot, too strong. Rebound goes to Hawaii. English. 3-on-2. Looks the other way and lays it up and in.
Clever. English, an interesting story. When he was 5 years old, both of his parents died in a burned-out house, and he was brought up by his aunt and uncle. So he's had some tragedy in his world, and he says he plays every game like it's his last. Interesting perspective.
Yes, indeed. 6 minutes. Fry drives. Hawaii got a little piece of that ball. I believe it was slapped by Martin. But Fry gets the bucket, his second hoop. 4 points, 29-24. Hawaii by 5.
Solid defense on the part of Xavier. But Hawaii still scoring points in bunches. Watch him look to his right to draw the defense that way. See how Chalmers goes right? Lets him have a clear path to the basket. That is a very, very Larry Birdish fake.
You know, Bob, there's a lot of game out here today. Little subplots off the ball. If you could replay this game, you can look away from the battles, away from what's happening up top the court.
You are absolutely right. That is away from the basketball. There's a lot going on.
Long 3 off the mark. Going to try one more time. Second time is the charm as McIntyre knocks down his second 3 ball. 6 points. 32-24 Hawaii. The 10 seed over the 7 seed.
You know, in our first game, we saw Darian Selvey come in and ignite Oklahoma. McIntyre is doing the same here. It's great to have a guy who can give you offense off the bench.
Nice drive. Strong move. Romain Sato. He's in double figures with 10. Second team all A10. You know, he didn't pick up a basketball, Bob, until he was 14.
That's pretty amazing, isn't it? I mean, he's got 10 already in this game, and he's their main guy. Put it on the floor and go, Romain.
Martin hangs and gets it to drop. Bill Martin averaging 9 points a game already with 3 early buckets here for Hawaii.
He's their most athletic guy. He's kind of thinnish. He played on the junior national team in Canada. Good friend of Steve Nash, who came to practice and watched them. Who's also a Canadian native.
Over and back. Good defense by Savovic. Well, check out the game centers for in-depth play-by-play of each tournament game at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline. A lot of scores, a lot of games you want to get updated on.
That's a good place to do it. I do a lot of my research there. So far, Hawaii's experience and skillful maneuvering on offense has got them the lead. A fast-paced game. The game's going by quickly because there's few fouls. The reason there's few fouls is both teams shoot so fast. They're not giving each other a chance to foul one another. Good matchup. Sato and Savovic off the basketball.
Savovic. Big.
You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
You know what? From my advantage point here, I mean, that had to be at least 9-10 feet behind the three-point line.
And a flick of the wrist. You know, the other thing about it, it's him, certainly. He's got great talent and works at it. But the pass is right on the money every time, too. And when you can catch and shoot like that, that's a tremendous advantage.
West tries to back in, draws a double team, shot off the mark. Sato, though, follows. Close shot off the mark. Savovic the rebound. Boy, Hawaii with high tempo. English looks around, says, I'll take it. Off the mark, West the board.
Riley Wallace told me that occasionally when Savovic or English take bad shots, he says he yells at them for the sake of the other players. But he doesn't mind it.
It's those private talks when they say the green light is on.
He comes off this screen. He is challenged, and look at that shot. I mean, he catches and shoots. That's coordinated effort by a screener, a passer, and a shooter.
Predrag Savovic, 16 first half points. He played a year at UAB. Found his way to Hawaii.
And they are happy he did. He's a very, very interesting player. You know, he can go inside. He's a deadly outside shooter, obviously. Sometimes you wonder about what it's like to play with a guy who shoots so much. It's the coach's job to keep the chemistry right.
10 for West. Hawaii on top.
There's never been a better time to hit the trails because it's Suzuki Fest time. Let us reward you when you buy a new Suzuki Quadrunner ATV. Suzuki Fest rewards as low as 2.95% APR financing available on selected Quadrunner models, like the Vincent 500 and so many more at great rates too. Or how about up to $400 in your choice of free accessories? Virtually anything you want. Our deals have never been this good, but you have to get down to Suzuki Fest soon. Then go hit the trails.
I'd like to take a look at my investments.
Can Fidelity help me with some planning? Go through what I'm invested in, goals and so forth?
Of course. You know, now might be a good time to look at your entire portfolio.
Yeah? You can help?
Well, certainly. With Fidelity Portfolio Review, we can help you draw a complete picture.
Really?
Sure. Fidelity and non-Fidelity accounts, IRAs, 401k, stocks, mutual funds, even the effects of taxes.
How do we start?
Well, we meet in person or over the phone.
That's great. Let's get rolling.
For a free review of your portfolio, call 1-800-FIDELITY.
Hey, Ray, look at this. Wall-to-wall entertainment.
You want entertainment, Carl? I'll give you entertainment.
Look, Carl, I'm a maniac! Maniac! No argument here.
Let's see their entertainment do this.
Whoa, Ray, I don't want to see anything do that.
At Blockbuster, the hottest new releases are guaranteed on DVD, so you'll always find the entertainment you want.
That's it, Carl. Shake what your mama gave you.
Make it a Blockbuster night.
The passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Becker helps a special patient to speak.
Thank you, Dr. Becker.
In an episode that will have everyone talking.
Hey, lady, move your big fat butt.
An all-new Becker, CBS Monday.
Hawaii by 9, and coming up on Singular at the half, Greg Gumbel and Clark Kellogg will get you updated on all the tournament news, the scores, all the highlights around the country, plus a look at all the action going on in the NCAA tournament that's coming up on Singular at the half. There's Kelvin Sampson, head coach of Oklahoma, who's on to round 2. Has a lot of interest in this game, Bob.
Absolutely. He'll be playing one of these two. His team played great D.
English.
Wow.
Little English on that shot. 9 points for Carl English. Savovich was 16. There, the three-point shots raining down for the Rainbows. West took a step, and a turnover, Xavier. 40-28, Hawaii.
They are an explosive team, obviously, and Thad Matt is scratching his head about what he's going to do. Hawaii 5 for 10 from three-point range, so he's got to get up on him, obviously. And he has increased his picking him up full court to try to combat that situation.
Xavier trying to pick up defensive intensity. Berneka inside. Savovich breaks free. Tough shot wouldn't go. And David West the rebound. Under 3 minutes left. In fact, 2.5 to go. First half, a 12-point Hawaii lead.
And I think that's what Xavier has to do, get aggressive.
West lazily took the ball to the hole. When you have it, you got to go.
Ketterwem knockdown.
Akpan got back in there and slapped it away. Just kind of a leisurely trip to the hoop, and it was blocked from behind.
Well, he had no idea anybody was near him, and Ketterwem did a great job on Eli of Fresno State. Melvin Eli was a great offensive player in the WAC from Fresno.
Battle continues everywhere on the floor, and a whistle in the lane.
Well, when Savovich moves without the basketball, Fry trying to get his guys excited about playing some D. Hawaii's a frustrating team to play against. They've got weapons everywhere.
Sato picked up the foul, his first. Another three-pointer would not go. Tried that time by Berneka. Chalmers has it. Under 2 minutes left. Guarded by McIntyre. Now Fry. Strong off the back of the iron.
I think they got West.
10 points for West, but a frustrating first half. Second foul on David West.
Well, Xavier's offense hasn't been so bad, but defensively they are really struggling to defend Hawaii. He's going to have to take a seat with 2 fouls in the first half and probably not play until the end.
Boy, collision with English and Brown.
Hawaii shooting 50% from the field so far and 5 for 11 from three-point range. So their offense is extremely efficient.
Carl English will get ready to toe the line. Alvin Brown, the foul, his first.
Good numbers for English, 15 a game, almost 16. McIntyre doing a good job of staying with Chalmers, who's a very, very quick point guard. McIntyre cutting away penetration.
Ooh, last touched by Hawaii. A break for Xavier.
Well, Mindaugas Benea is trying to talk to the official, but the official doesn't understand Lithuanian.
Into Fry. Backs it out behind the 3 line. Chalmers now with 11 on the shot clock.
It'll be interesting to see what Xavier does with David West out of the game. He is their anchor normally. Sato, the likely candidate to do most of the shooting.
Campbell back in after taking that hard bump after the shot and the foul. McIntyre with it. Under a minute left.
Resting Savovich, interestingly enough, before the end of the half. English takes over.
Around and out. Bodies on the deck. It has been an aggressive first 20 minutes here in Dallas.
It certainly has, and McIntyre got hit by his own guy in the mouth. He's all right.
Xavier calls timeout, and we'll take a break. Hawaii and Xavier. Rainbows up by 12.
There I am. I can't hear a thing. I'm trying to talk to somebody, and voila, it's a conversation bubble.
That's a winner. That's a surefire winner. When CZB Industries created the Convo Bub, they brought the Kinko's Network team in-house, giving them the technology and people to illuminate the idea and reach growing global markets. And when the phenomenon exploded, Kinko's grew with them. Introducing the Kinko's Network. If it could help a succeed, imagine what it could do for yours.
50 seconds and change left in this first half in Dallas. First round game, Xavier trailing Hawaii by 12.
Well, both of these teams used to winning. So a little bit of a shock for Xavier being behind by this much.
Xavier 25-5, Hawaii 27-5, and they get a bucket as Sato throws down his 12th point.
Well, Sato's the guy that has to heat up, Greg, because if he doesn't, they're in dead water with West on the bench.
Timeout called by Riley Wallace. 10-point game.
A chunky quarterback moment. Donovan McNabb's mom served him Campbell's chunky beef with country vegetables. Now with more lean beef. Filled up right by beefy chunky soup, Donovan took on beefy linebackers.
This is crabgrass. I don't want to see crabgrass in my lawn. We put down Scott's turf builder with Halts in the early spring.
That's the only thing I ever use. Scott's puts this protective barrier over the lawn.
And it stops the crabgrass from germinating. Turf builder with Halts, the best defense against crabgrass.
40-30, Hawaii. Impressive first half. Savovich with 16, English with 9, David West with 10 for Xavier, Romain Sato with a dozen.
All of the star players, Savovich back in for offense. Riley rested him momentarily. 0.6 difference between shot clock and game clock. I doubt, however, Hawaii will hold it.
Coming up on halftime here in Dallas. Final seconds ticking down. Hawaii, the 10th seed, leading Xavier by 10, the 7th seed in the West. 0.6 of a second separates game clock, shot clock. English on the dribble and the drive. In traffic, offensive.
That is not what you want at the end of a shot clock. Hawaii, much more accustomed to playing fast pace. I don't think they like it when they have to hold the ball. So as a result, Xavier will get a chance to close the gap. English gets his second personal foul.
Takes a seat with 9 points in this first half of up-tempo basketball. Chalmers brings it across midcourt, picked up by McIntyre. Off the screen by Fry. Three-pointer at the buzzer. Sato, and it gives life to Xavier. 15 for Romain Sato. And they run off the court.
Use of the screen away from the basketball. An excellent screen, an excellent pass. Coordinated effort.
Let's go courtside and Brett Habert.
All right, guys, thanks very much, Coach. You said you were going to live and die by the three in this game. You're hitting those, but you're getting the dribble penetration as well, inside, outside.
Yeah, but we made bad decisions down the stretch. Carl trying to take them off the dribble when we wanted them to run the offense, and they got 2 turnovers out of it, and they scored on both of them. We should have control of the game right now. We're just making some bad mistakes.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. Guys?
All right, thank you, Brett. Hawaii leading Xavier by 7, 40-33 at the half. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
Get your tournament info and check out the road to the Final Four delivered by UPS at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
Baby Bob.
Do you prefer Dada? Dad seems more natural to me.
Premiere CBS Monday.
Just come by Napa Auto Parts. When problems begin, we'll get you out of the fix you're in.
And now through March, enjoy store-wide savings like a Napa Power 65-month battery for only $39.99 with exchange. Napa SensaTrack shocks are 10% off regular price. And a Prolong value pack is just $24.99. Price is good while supplies last.
Come by Napa Auto Parts. When problems begin, we'll get you out of the fix you're in.
Never seen the sky so blue. The birds are singing, I got nothing to do. Hey, 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 it's just a sunny day. Da-do-da-da-da-da. Ain't no clouds up in the sky. I'll dream them up and watch my daydreams go by. Hey, 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 it's just a sunny day.
Banking when you need it. That's what we're all about at American Savings Bank. We're open when you want us to be. With over 160 ATMs throughout Hawaii, over 70 branches statewide, of which 37 are open Saturdays, and 12 branches open on weekends and most holidays. So you've got branches in lots of convenient locations with really convenient hours. And that comes down to one very satisfied customer. You. American Savings Bank.
We have 3 games at halftime and 1 game which is ongoing in Chicago. We'll take you there live next.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide.
Hi, everyone. Welcome once again. Singular at the Half. Greg Gumbel along with Clark Kellogg. We're at halftime of the game in Dallas where Hawaii leads Xavier 40-33.
Well, their guards are doing it. Savovich making plays on the perimeter for them, and that's why they're on top.
All right, Clark. Meanwhile, in Chicago, San Diego State and Illinois are doing battle. The Illini with a 4-point lead. Let's take you there live. Tim Brando and Eddie Fogler with the call.
Two teams counterpunching. San Diego State, the 13 seed, staying right with Illinois early here in the state of Illinois, and Myron Epps. I mentioned earlier a 1,000-point score, but seeing less playing time as the emergence of the Aztecs continued. Blew them out. Williams puts it in. 10 in the game for him. 21-14. Frank Williams is 4 for 5 here at the outset, and he's hit 2 out of 2 from downtown.
Playing under control when he's penetrating as well. Bill himself does not want any charging fouls on Williams when he penetrates.
That foul will go against Chris Walton, younger brother of Adam, and of course the son of Bill Walton. 21-14, the Illini by 7.
The all-new 200-horsepower Acura RSX.
Do you want to go to the 2002 NCAA Men's Final Four? Then log on to Singular.com and enter Singular's most expressive fan promotion. If you're anything like these fans, you definitely have a chance to win.
Is your dandruff sending the wrong signals?
Go! Go!
No.
Get Selsun Power. Doctors recommend Selsun Blue. Man, that is awesome. Get Selsun Power.
There is a start. There is a finish. And in the journey between, there are dreams. The NCAA Hall of Champions keeps these dreams alive for you. More than a museum, the NCAA Hall of Champions takes you on an interactive journey. Relive some of the most inspirational moments in collegiate sports history and walk in the steps of the student athlete. At the NCAA Hall of Champions, you'll find something for every fan. Discover what it means to be a champion. The journey begins inside.
Come on, D. See what you can give me.
focus.
When it comes to fighting crime, winning isn't everything. It's the only thing.
If any group is a target of a crime, I am going to be there to stop it.
Quincy Nelson, The District, CBS Saturday.
21-14, the Illini by 7. Tim Brando, Eddie Fogler, Charles Davis. You know, Eddie, you talk about how you build a program. At what point does a team become yours? I think when you have a collection of outstanding talent, as Steve Fisher does, coming from a variety of locations geographically, it already is your team.
Well, and he has 3 transfers from major programs here today. They're not at all playing Illinois. Again, I had 3 at Vanderbilt. Second marriages sometimes are better than first. These kids are happy to be playing for Steve Fisher and in the big dance.
Randy Holcomb's really been a big-time player. Cook trying to keep it alive along with Krapolya. Illinois' size has really been a factor early. Nice save by Demir Krapolya to Harrington. A little two-man game between he and Johnson. Bradford. The rebounding story. Illinois has 10-1 for San Diego State, and it's afforded Bill Self's team a lot of second-chance points.
So the Illini trying to heat things up a bit. The number 4 seed in the Midwest leads the Aztecs 24-14. In Pittsburgh, Penn and California have begun the second half. The Golden Bears lead at 46-38. Let's take you there live. Vern Lundquist, Bill Raftery.
16:44 to go in this one. California up by 8 at the half, and they still lead by 8 here in the early going. David Klatsky off the bench for Tim Begley, who just picked up his 4th foul. And Cal with the inbound play. Here's Joe Shipp. He's got 9 points so far in the game.
Begley with the foul problem has sort of inhibited their rotations. It made it difficult for Fran on the sideline. Tamir, nice. Oh, my goodness. What a great look. Got to get that big guy.
No. Solomon Hughes had Big Havoc.
And he just banged his chest to let him know, you know. Great look. And that, you've got to be alert for a big guy that passes that well. I mean, you got to turn it, face the ball, prepare your hands.
You told me watching tape of these guys that Amit Tamir reminds you of Vlade Divac.
Very much so. He sees things, and he sees guys deep under the basket as well.
There's a jumper. Archibald, big basket for Penn.
And that gets him right back at it now.
A 7-0 run has cut the margin to 5. Tamir wants it and gets it. Guarded by Archibald.
Once Tamir gets it, you got to play your own. There's that drop step he favors. Tough. You can almost anticipate and get a charge if they just stay on the floor. Joe sets you up in the middle, drop steps, baseline.
Joe Shipp goes to the line, shooting 2. Schiffner, his 3rd. And see if Fran Dunphy makes a move. So foul problems continue now for the Quakers of Penn. Shipp. Ryan Forehand Kelly comes on, replacing Solomon Hughes. Joe Shipp hits 1 of 2 at the free throw line. And the Cal lead is 6 with 15:56 remaining in this first round game.
People are buying thousands of new Oldsmobiles every month. Which explains why we're building thousands every month. And each one is backed with a 5-year, 60,000-mile General Motors protection plan. Are you in the market? Get in an Oldsmobile, backed by GM. And for a limited time, get 0% APR financing.
Kicking off from the roof, plus will it float tonight on Dave?
Team approach at Kaiser Permanente is #1. It's like being a member of a canoe club. Everyone's got a position in the canoe, and that includes the patient. The physician is the steersman. And sometimes in this team approach, I need other people involved. Everyone's trained to share in their responsibilities, and each member of the team supports each other. We share knowledge, focus on what's best for the patient and how we can provide that.
Kaiser Permanente, caring for Hawaii's people like family.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, refinance, or remodel a home, look no further than First Hawaiian Bank. Our loan officers make the process swift and simple, without the hoops, headaches, or miles of red tape. And with current low rates, now is the perfect time to consider buying or refinancing a home. Call 643-HOME or get pre-approved online at FHB.com.
Whether you come to celebrate Disney or to get a great McDonald's deal, you just might find each other. Now, McDonald's salutes the year-long Walt Disney World 100 Years of Magic celebration with one magnificent deal. Start your day with a true breakfast original. Get 2 Egg McMuffin sandwiches for just $2.22. Or enjoy 2 all-time classic Big Mac sandwiches for just $2.22. 2 amazing tastes, one incredible deal. So hurry in.
ACC unblemished so far in the early going of the tournament. We have had our first round upsets. 3 number 12 seeds have advanced. And Oregon, Arizona, and Stanford have already won. Cal, from the Pac-10, is leading this one by 6. Here is Andrew Toole, first year as a player at Penn.
And a legitimate player at that, too. Can handle and make shots. Nice little empty side jumper here. Little kiss.
Oh, my goodness.
Huh? Thank you.
So the stubborn Quakers moved to within 4 of California, 47-43. Earlier today in Washington, or rather the game right now in Washington, Hampton trailing UConn 51-42. Earlier today in Chicago, best game of the tournament. Creighton beat Florida in double overtime. Tim Brando picks up the action late.
Forward. There's Taylor up top. He's been hitting them from the wing. That's not the place on the floor he'd like to be. Off the pick.
Taylor tied it at 69. It was tied at 73 when his 3 didn't fall here. Mike Grimes' putback didn't count. Time expired in the first OT. We go to the second overtime. Florida's Udonis Haslam gets the ball down low for the layup. Florida led by 3. They led by 3 when Matt Bonner went up for the bucket and drew the foul. And then it was time for Terrell Taylor's heroics.
Taylor for the win. 4 straight trips to the NCAA tournament, and Creighton may have finally gotten into the win column for Dana Altman. That's it.
Terrell, you were 0 for 6 in the first half. Did you ever lose confidence in yourself as a shooter?
Oh, no, definitely. All my coaches have told me great shooters, even though they go into slumps, the only way you get out of it is to continue shooting. And so I had confidence in myself and in my teammates that I was going to be able to hit shots. And once it got going, it just felt real good.
Terrell Taylor scoreless in the first half, 28 points thereafter. Creighton wins it in double OT, 83-82. Thanks for joining us here on Singular at the Half. Coming up, we're back to Dallas for the second half of Hawaii and Xavier.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by American Express, Nivea for Men, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and by Microsoft.
Back in Dallas, halftime. And Hawaii leads Xavier by a score of 40-33. Craig Bolerjack and the coach Bob Wenzel welcome back in here to Dallas. We saw just a shooting display from Predrag Savovic, 7 of 13, Bob, from the floor in the first half.
He's Yugoslavian and he's All-American, I think. He scores from the outside, he scores from the inside, he's physically strong. And David West, the second-team All-American from Xavier, playing very well also.
Let's just moments ago, Brett Haber, the third party of our team, I had a chance to talk to Thad Mata. Here's that conversation.
Coach, you knew about Savovich coming in. He's getting you from the outside and the inside. How do you limit him in the second half?
Well, we got to, number one, you hope he cools off a little bit. But, we got to stay on top of him and continue to challenge his shots. Our biggest problem right now is transition defense and offensive rebounding. I mean, they're shooting 48%. We're shooting 48%. We're just giving them too many easy baskets on putbacks and runouts.
Good luck second half.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brett. In that first half, 4 ties and 3 lead changes between these two teams.
Hawaii is good when they are ahead. They have a 21-4 record when they're leading at halftime this year, and over the last 3 seasons, 50-6 when they're ahead at halftime.
Bob, you say that. Is that just confidence? I mean, is that just putting your opponent down? What happens?
I think what happens is they're such a good offensive team that it's hard to catch up with them. I mean, once they get the lead, you start trading baskets, and you're in trouble.
Well, you can't trade 2s for 3s, and that's what Hawaii is so good at.
Sato has been very, very good tonight. 15 points in the first half. He and Savovich, a great matchup of 2-guard, small forward type players.
Last time on that opening possession, Chaim Shimonovich picked up the foul, the early foul, his 3rd. That could play a major factor for Hawaii. Savovich underneath. I don't know how that pass got through.
I don't know how he missed it.
Off the iron is Chalmers.
Watch how Campbell plays Chalmers. He's not as quick as him, so he plays off him, keeps his vision on his belly button, tries not to get faked out too much. Savovich displaying point guard skill as well.
Martin had the ball stripped. Bob, the question until Riley Wallace will have to answer as this game continues. I mean, and hurriedly is Shimonovich, if he's going to be able to stay in this game with the 3 fouls here early at the 18:50 mark.
And he only played 8 minutes in the first half because of those 2 fouls that he got. I think Xavier said at halftime, we got to increase the pressure, and that's what they're trying to do. Once you get into this half-court set, Hawaii's very, very tough to defend.
Savovich bumped from behind, no whistle. 5-point game, short on the 3. Contact, and again, they're letting the play out there.
Well, that looked like a foul to me on English's rebound.
Campbell stepped out of bounds. English looks a little confused, as does Riley Wallace.
Right here, Alvin Brown goes over the back right here. Knocks him down a little bit. No call, no blood, no call. We can live with that.
What's that? No harm, no foul? Sato, who had 15 in the first half, swings it around to Chalmers, off to Brown, dribble, and the drive underneath, ball stripped.
He should have shot that basketball. Fry was okay underneath. He could have tipped it in on the miss. Xavier, very adept with dribble penetration. That's what I think they should do.
9 turnovers for Xavier, only 6 for Hawaii. It's really amazing the lack of turnovers with this high-intensity game these two have put on.
Skillful players. Also, lack of free throw shooting. Only 6 taken in the first half by both teams total. This is called the flex offense. What happens in this is you screen and then you get a screen. Very difficult to defend.
A rare miss by Savovich. Xavier looking for any opening they can find. Sato in the corner short. Back inside to the big fellow West. Reverse. Couldn't get it to go. And over the back on the follow, David West, and that's going to be 3.
See a little frustration in West's game today. He's a very competitive guy in the shooting drills yesterday. He always wanted to win. Even those kind of drills that don't really mean very much in practice. He's a competitor, and he's feeling it right now. He wants to get his hands on the basketball.
You know, Bob, Thad Matta told us, the head coach of Xavier, says, you know what, David West is so competitive, but one good thing, he does not force the game. It looks today, though, he's forcing it.
Well, I don't think he's getting enough touches right now, so he's getting a little frustrated by that. Simonovich is a pretty good, clever defensive player, an older guy who's been around a little bit. He's going to try. See how he plays him on the side and makes him catch the ball a little further away from the basket. If he played behind, West would get it close to the paint.
He's calling for the basketball. Baseline, trying to face up, drives. Got some help side defense, and the ball hit the top of the backboard. 3 of 7.
That's not a lot of shots for an All-American. Martin did a good job helping on that particular play.
Fry try to get the tip on the inbounds. You know, he's a career 54% shooter, David West.
Yeah. I mean, he really can when he gets the basketball, but Shimonovich is doing a pretty good job of making him catch it a little further away from the basket. Therefore, he doesn't get a lot of easy ones. Usually when you see a guy shoot over 54%, that means they're getting a lot of layups.
Shimonovich picks up his 4th. He's had a rough day. No points, 4 boards, and the 4 fouls. And he's picked up the last 2 over the last 3.5 minutes. First free throw, good for Fry. Well, Bob, so far, Pac-10 3-1, ACC 3-0. Out of the WCC, both teams gone, and the first time.
How about that? 3 number 12 seeds advance. And we talked about the pod system eliminating maybe some of the upsets that we normally see. I guess that's not the case.
Fry with a 6 points. Out of Chicago, Illinois.
See how Xavier's bringing up the heat full court. They want to tire Campbell out. He is their only point guard. The more they can do this throughout the game, the better off they're going to be.
Hawaii led by 7. That lead is down to 3. Martin to Savovich. English backs in on Chalmers. Mismatch there height-wise. He's able to shoot the ball, but a little strong. Wow. Loose ball on the deck. Boy, intensity. Campbell has it. Martin, backside, trying to slam it, and he is hammered.
We have action. Shaken up a little bit on the play, but Bill Martin, the high wire act for Hawaii. Notice the pass by Campbell through the double team. Right here, that's Challenge City. I think he hurt himself more by slapping his arm on the floor. He thought he was going to get this dunk. Now, if 2 guys foul 1 guy, does he get 4 free throws instead of 2?
Well, he would complain, yes. Sato whistle for the foul, his 2nd. Martin misses the 1st. Bill Martin, 6 points in that first half. Only a sophomore, 6'8" out of Ontario, Canada.
He's active, but he's a weak free throw shooter, only 57% from the line.
Little gym time would maybe cure some of those ills.
Yeah, Savovich should work with him. Get something going.
41-37. We played 4 minutes, second half. 4-point game.
I think as this game gets closer to the intensity level, if it can get any more than it just was, I think we're going to see a lot of plays just like that. Off the ball, Sato and Savovich really going at it.
And a timeout. Intensity is the word in Dallas. Hawaii and Xavier will be back.
There's a song I want to sing. There's a bell I want to ring. Every place that I go, it's easier with you. I am free, free to express myself. Around the world and on Main Street, I am free to live my dreams.
People are buying thousands of new Oldsmobiles every month. Which explains why we're building thousands every month. And each one is backed with a 5-year, 60,000-mile General Motors protection plan. Are you in the market? Get in an Oldsmobile, backed by GM. And for a limited time, get 0% APR financing.
What happened?
I thought he said a potato was coming.
Tornado? Why would I say a potato was coming?
Jack, were you on a cell phone?
Yeah.
It's the cellular static. Here, Sprint PCS built a large-stall digital all-PCS nationwide network, so you won't have any of these misunderstandings.
Bullet, come here.
Looks like things are clearing up already.
4,000 minutes for $39.99 from Sprint PCS.
Now there's a better way to soothe your skin after shaving. Nivea for Men Aftershave Balm has advanced moisturizers and vitamins to soothe and improve your skin. Nivea for Men. More evolved skincare.
Enterprise? You rented our car from Enterprise?
Yeah.
Why Enterprise?
Because they pick us up. Free.
A free pickup? Wow, they ought to be #1.
They are #1.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Meet Baby Bob. You can relate to basketball. There's lots of yelling, crying, and tears. And that's just Bobby Knight.
Baby Bob, premieres CBS Monday.
Coming up after your late local news, Dave welcomes in New England Patriots star Anna Vinatieri. Is going to kick footballs off the roof of the Ed Sullivan Theater to a surprise receiver. That's a must-see. And Dave also will wade into the audience for who asked for it. That's tonight on The Late Show with David Letterman.
Defense of intensity has increased dramatically in this half. I think Thad Matta gave his team an earful at halftime. You can see 1 for 11 combined in this half.
Whistle on the drive.
I'll tell you, that's an athletic play right there by Sato. He really gets up.
Verneka picks up the foul, his first. There's the numbers on Sato, 6 of 10 from the floor.
The Romaine Empire. These are his numbers, 15.6, 6.5, and he averages 5 languages a game as well. And if you can pronounce that last one, you win the contest. Interesting when kids can speak that many languages, and when the coach yells at them, they say, "What? I didn't understand that."
He did not know English when he made the trip over in 1999. The ball was tipped. And Sato, Sato plays, he's 6'5". You get the feel, though, he's about a 6'7" type of player on the floor.
Yeah, I do, and he really elevates, but he shoots, too. I mean, he's very accurate from the line.
2-point game.
Not that time.
Sato had a good look. Here comes Campbell across midcourt.
Check this out, Hawaii.
What a dry spell. That milks over into the last few minutes of the first half.
And I think you got to credit Xavier's defense. Look at the pressure on every time somebody touches the ball. Hands are tracing the ball. Guys inside getting double teamed.
Up on the high rung of the ladder. Coleman swatted it away. Back the other way. And Xavier gets the big bucket by Alvin Brown. 41 apiece in Dallas.
Fatigue setting in for the Rainbow Warriors. Campbell is gasping for breath.
When you talk about fatigue, people have to remember that Riley Wallace, this is a talented team, yes, but not that deep. He usually goes with 7, sometimes 8 players, but rarely is it 8.
That's right. And because their center, Haim Shimonovich, has been out, the other guys are getting more time.
And the bounce, and the bucket by Chalmers, his first bucket, and it puts Xavier on top, 43-41. 10-1 run by the Musketeers of Xavier, and they own a 2-point lead.
What would you do with the Pontiac Grand Prix?
Let's go, baby. We're on our way to Lime Rock, premier Grand Prix racetrack around here.
Where else would you take a Grand Prix except on a Grand Prix track?
Let me see how you handle, baby.
Did I tell you?
It's so much fun.
Get out of my way!
This could so be our job.
Wait a minute, just drive around the 3 of us?
Well, no.
So what would you do with the Pontiac Grand Prix?
None of us have ever been to AC.
Dinner, tuxes, tell us at Pontiac.com.
Elvis!
Today seems like everybody's getting back to nature. Nice to know some of us never left. Smooth and refreshing as a mountain stream. Head for the mountains of Bush.
Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders now, you know they don't upset us.
I gotta get a Whopper.
You got it.
Honey, they got any kumquats? I love kumquats.
I
I don't know what kumquats look like. They got some great-looking tomatoes. Do we need tomatoes?
No, I just got tomatoes.
They got kiwis. They got some red things here.
Hey, aren't you that guy?
No, sorry, I'm not him. What about bananas?
Come on, I know you.
I get that all the time. I'm sorry.
You're on television. In commercials.
Hey, pal, I don't do commercials.
I'm sorry.
That's what you say, hon. There's 5 bananas too many to get brown, you know.
Wednesday, after Survivor, 9 teams will have to run, fly, and make last-minute connections to win.
You missed the ferry by about 5 seconds.
The Amazing Race after Survivor, Wednesday.
Back in Dallas, where Xavier is on a 10-1 run after halftime. How did they do it? Intense defense and fortuitous calls. That was not basket interference. Led to an easy layup at the other end. You be the judge.
Mighty close. 5 ties, 4 lead changes. This lead, by the way, for Xavier, Bob's the first since they went on top 7-6 at the 15-minute mark of the first half.
That's incredible. Solid defense by the Musketeers. Look at every guy up challenging the shot. Hey, it makes a big difference when you got a hand up on that ball.
And the slump continues for Hawaii. Chalmers has it, leads the point. Feeds down on the low block. Now Sato back to Chalmers, 25 on the shot clock.
Notice the difference in the defense. Hawaii does not try to pressure the basketball. They lay back because their lack of foot speed. They guard three-point line and in.
Ball tipped away, 12 on the shot for Sato.
Unlike Xavier that comes out and pressures 94 feet.
Chalmers around the screen, ball tipped. 2-on-2, Campbell.
Wise to hold that one back. Xavier got back well.
Well, English called for it. He wanted it, but Campbell did a nice job to keep control. And a bump on the drive and a whistle.
Savovich needs to post up. He's talking to Coach Riley. Riley getting a little bit miffed at Savovich. I think he's going to sit him down for a few minutes until he catches his cool. Savovich wants the basketball. Riley Wallace wants them to run the offense.
16 for Predrag Savovich. He was 7 of 13, Bob, in the first half. 16 points. Scoreless here so far at the 12:51 mark.
Frustration setting in for him.
Tough shot, side of the backboard. Starts to break, Chalmers. 2-on-2, takes it up and in. Finger rolls. Chalmers with his second bucket this half. Third team all A10 is Lionel Chalmers. And the lead now for Xavier is 4.
For 10 shooting blanks in this half so far.
English looked inside. Berneka had it, lost it. Here comes Brown. Bounce pass, Sato, whistle.
Well, Hawaii's not even getting back on defense right now on any of these turnovers. They only had 4 turnovers in the first half in total. And they had 4 turnovers in the first 3 minutes of this half. So now they have 6 in this half. So the defense of Xavier, especially in terms of stepping in passing lanes and pressuring the guy with the ball. Everybody is up on their man. Sato having a good day.
69% free throw shooter. 18 points, looking for 19. Played at Dayton Christian High School, Dayton, Ohio. Missed the back end, and Hawaii still trying to push up the tempo. Martin, oh, nice roll. Couldn't get it to drop. He was up high. And a missed chance. Boy, when it goes dry, it goes dry.
I'll tell you what, there seems to be a cover and a lid on that basket right now for Hawaii. They're not getting any good shots.
Yet they're only down 5 after leading by 7 at the half. Rejected is Sato. English has it. Back line.
I think English is the guy that has to step up. Hawaii hasn't scored a field goal in over 11 minutes. Savovich obviously on the bench right now, can't score.
Martin, fake shot. He called it, by the way. He looked at you.
He needed to.
9 points for Phil Martin.
You know, English is a guy who can score big numbers. When Savovich was out when they played at Fresno State, Craig, he had 27 in that game in the first half. So he's certainly capable.
Ball was knocked away from behind. West trying to go in a low block.
They haven't gotten the ball a lot to West in this surge because most of it has been turnovers and layups. Not a lot of half-court work for the All-Americans so far in the second half.
Bernayka picked up the foul, his second. And a timeout in Dallas. Oh, he called bank.
A device.
Xavier leading Hawaii by 3. And Bob, take a look at the third line. Second half field goals. Hawaii Rainbows 1 of 12.
That is the story of the game. Credit Thad Matta's halftime talk. Xavier comes out. Big time pressure in the basketball. Makes me wonder if Hawaii's travels are starting to make them feel fatigue.
Savovich is back in after that timeout. Riley Wallace letting him cool down just a little bit.
Change of defense, Craig, on the part of Hawaii. They're extending the defense a little bit and trying to pressure. They get a turnover immediately.
Brown lost the dribble.
Look for number 1, Savovich, to get going right here. Thad's team has done a good job in the second half of being all over him. Romain Sato against Savovich.
Chalmers picks up English. Just under 11 minutes left. The winner moves on to round 2 to take on Oklahoma. The steal. Chalmers, little showtime.
The little guy gets one. You know what Hawaii needs to do right now is they need to look at some backdoor action. They are being denied. Every pass is being denied. And as a result, the availability for backdoors is there. They haven't looked at it.
Boy, Chalmers has been a spark this half. 3 buckets, 6 points. And the lead is back to 5.
Sato right on Savovich now.
Campbell to the corner to Martin. 3-point shot. Didn't get the bounce. English blocked out. Got a second shot. McIntyre and a fresh 35 on the shot clock.
Credit both teams. Patience by Hawaii. Defensive intensity by Xavier.
Martin thought about it. Pulls it back into Savovich. Under 10 left. Field drive.
I think the foul's before.
No basket.
That's a killer when you work all that time, almost 2 sets of blocks, get a layup and get nothing out of it except take the ball out of bounds.
Sato picks up the foul. It's going to be his third.
This is a good drive right here. Sato bumps him a little bit beforehand. All the physicalness we've seen in this game, I'm surprised they called that.
Fry goes out for Xavier.
Oh my
Jackson
goodness.
in. How easy was that? Savovich, and he shakes his head as he runs by our table. Boy, just frustration.
Things are going wrong, they're going wrong. A great out of bounds play, and he blows a layup. Very unusual for him.
16 in the first half for Savovich. Scoreless this half. West bodies up. Couldn't get it the shot to fall. Rebound. Here comes Hawaii.
That was great help side defense that time by Savovich.
Campbell.
But this end has been very, very difficult to say the least.
From the corner. For the drought. That puts a little water on the... Well, the fire wasn't burning, was it?
Telling you what, they got to stick to it now.
Back the other way. Martin, by the way, now with 11 points. And could not control the pass at the 8:58 mark.
First half, big time. Second half, small time. Not getting a lot of shots.
You know, I saw him when he walked by us to start the second half. He looked back at one of the trainers, and he was still stretching his right hand. We saw him last night in that Tulsa game. They said he sprained or pulled apart the little finger and the ring finger on the right hand. And it seems like, you know, he was having some problems with it. Didn't hurt him in the first half, however.
No, but yesterday, you're right, he had a pad on there. Not playing with a pad today.
Nice feed inside. West was strong. Gets the bucket. His first hoop this half. A dozen for David West.
Martin is a good defender, but really not nearly as physical as David West. Jackson, really active hands. This is what you want to do in the post. Difference in bulk here. See how he catches it in the paint? Before, when Simonovic was guarding him, he was catching it outside of the paint. And that's because Simonovic is a lot stronger than Martin.
McIntyre pops free, so Savovich, English wants the three. Around and out, West up on the boards. for the rebound. 5-point game, Xavier. They were down 7 at the half, 40-33. It's been a dry spell for Hawaii this half.
Coaches constantly harp on their players about getting a hand up on the shooter.
Sato is on the drive and a whistle away from the ball. West picks up the foul. Bob is 4th. And he's going to have to take a seat. Tough decision for Thad Mata. But a lot of time on that clock with 8:04 to go.
He's got to take him out, especially sometimes you leave a guard in because he's not involved in the banging around the basket. He should probably bring him back about the 5-minute mark, depending on what the situation is in terms of who's winning and losing.
Now the question is, can Hawaii take advantage? Instead, they turn it over. Chalmers has it. Pulls up. Sweet jump shot. Couldn't get the bounce. Battle for the board underneath. Brown turnaround hook.
4 guys on the offensive boards right now. Xavier, quickness in the game. Kevin Fry, the biggest guy at 6'8". The other guys are all perimeter players. The defense is doing it.
19-5 run this half for Xavier.
English was open, but the pass was defended well, so he couldn't get it to him.
Another turnover to try to force it inside to Savovich. Jackson one-on-one. The follow. Count it. Chalmers is awakened in this half. 8 points, 4 buckets.
I think Riley Wallace needs a timeout. His guys are dragging right now. They're having difficulty executing their offense.
And Riley Wallace barks down a timeout. 7:03 left. So far, a 5-point half for Hawaii.
We don't look like the old guys on tour, and we don't act like them.
And we don't play the same kind of golf.
Callaway Golf introduces Big Bertha C4, the new compression-cured carbon composite driver. It's lighter for greater swing speed and distance.
You're ready for the next generation.
The next generation.
I said the same thing 40 years ago.
I'm Mr. Palmer.
The new Big Bertha C4 driver from Callaway Golf. Enjoy the game.
Now a critical timeout for Hawaii. 54-45 Xavier. A 21-5 run to start this second half for the Musketeers.
Simonovic returns, their starting center. Maybe he can help get some people free with effective screens.
5 points the last 16:05 for Hawaii.
That's incredible. I don't believe I've seen a game like this all year.
McIntyre short. And Riley Wallace has got to just be stunned. I mean, he told us this is a team he's loved to coach. It has the most firepower he's ever had.
It has, and he's had some teams that are a little more talented than this team, but they play so well together. They're all skillful players. But they are succumbing to pressure defense.
On the dribble drive, flush by Fry, came off the iron. You know what? Sometimes you just got to lay that ball up and in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a case that he could have just laid it in very easily. Fry is a fiery kind of guy.
Bodies on the deck. Everybody covers up and jump ball possession arrow points to Xavier.
Their aggression has been remarkable.
And a commercial. 54-45. Xavier with 6:03 left.
What happened?
I thought he said a potato was coming.
Tornado? Why would I say a potato was coming?
Jack, were you on a cell phone?
Yeah.
It's the cellular static. Here, Sprint PCS built a large stall digital all PCS nationwide network, so you won't have any of these misunderstandings.
Bullet, come here.
Looks like things are clearing up already.
4,000 minutes for $39.99 from Sprint PCS.
Hi, everyone. I'm back in town to get you on your feet again. Get up.
Okay, fellas.
So what do you think? Good offense or good defense? Pick one for a chance to win a Volvo S60 at volvocars.com/questions.
It's March Madness. Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four. And what will you see on the court? Nothing. Those who lose get nothing. Those who win
Nothing, because everyone on the court is drinking Aquafina. The numbers do not lie. Zip, zero, nothing. Only Aquafina makes nothing this pure and refreshing. Now that's a sixth man. Aquafina riding the pine is the official water for the NCAA championships.
My dad taught me how to fly. I think I was 9 or 10, and there wasn't anything he didn't know from the ground up about airplanes. My dad said one time, everybody can be an example, but not always good, and I hope that I'm an example for these new pilots, and a good one. March 31st will be my 33rd anniversary. I wish I had another 33. My name is Larry Haynes. I'm a 747-400 captain for United Airlines.
Sunday on 60 Minutes, Mike Wallace and the real Nobel Prize winner that Russell Crowe plays in the movie A Beautiful Mind.
Xavier leads Hawaii by 9, and here's a look at our CBS Sports Line stat of the game. Field goal percentage by halves. It was even up, Bob, at 48 after the first 20 minutes. Hawaii 11% this half with 6:03 remaining. Get complete tournament coverage at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
That is a remarkable statistic right there. I do wonder, Greg, about all of their travel, thousands of miles. They've been away since February 20th or something like that.
26th. Fry, little circus shot, wouldn't go. English leads it. Savovich has it. Nice control. Blocked from behind by Jackson. He had to jump over the photographers. Great hustle. Sato. Long on the 3. Again, Hawaii trying to get their second win. Savovich hits it. His first points this half.
A little energy, maybe. Predrag might be back.
19 points for Savovich.
Got some appreciative fans from other places cheering for him.
Brown drives in the bucket. Finds a little seam. That's all he needs. Alvin Brown with 8 points all this half. The senior from Washington, D.C.
It's amazing with West out of the game how they are playing very, very well because they're playing with guards who have quick feet and quick hands. That is frustrating Hawaii. Hawaii does not have inside game much.
Oh, looked away. Campbell looked right at Savovich, and then Savovich turned ahead. Turnover.
Well, Savovich knows he should post. He's their only post guy in there, really. Simonovic not an offensive threat.
11 turnovers this half for Hawaii. Xavier taking care of it, Bob. 5.
Well, still the three-point shot very much in the arsenal of Hawaii, so if they can get going, still possible.
Jackson. The tip, Fry couldn't get it to fall. Loose ball underneath. Fry. Circus shot. You gotta be kidding.
Hustle personified. Hawaii slow to the basketball.
8 points for Fry. 10-point lead for Xavier. The 3 short. Fry follows the missed shot.
Short equates to tired legs. End game situations, guys hit the front of the rim. You know their legs are feeling it.
You know, when Xavier, looking back at this game, win or lose, it's a little bit of everything. They've had 8 from Chalmers. Sato's had a big game for 18. Alvin Brown with 8 this half. Fry's had his moments. David West has not had the great game, but yet has still chipped in a dozen. There's a timeout in Dallas. 10-point game.
There's never been a better time to hit the trails because it's Suzuki Fest time. Let us reward you when you buy a new Suzuki Quadrunner ATV. Suzuki Fest rewards as low as 2.95% APR financing available on selected Quadrunner models, like the Vincent 500 and so many more at great rates too. Or how about up to $400 in your choice of free accessories? Virtually anything you want. Our deals have never been this good, but you have to get down to Suzuki Fest soon. Then go hit the trails.
I'd like to take a look at my investments.
Can Fidelity help me with some planning? Go through what I'm invested in, goals and so forth?
Of course. You know, now might be a good time to look at your entire portfolio.
Yeah? You can help?
Well, certainly. With Fidelity Portfolio Review, we can help you draw a complete picture.
Really?
Sure. Fidelity and non-Fidelity accounts, IRAs, 401k, stocks, mutual funds, even the effects of taxes.
How do we start?
We'll meet in person or over the phone.
That's great. Let's get rolling.
For a free review of your portfolio, call 1-800-FIDELITY.
Hey, Ray, look at this. Wall-to-wall entertainment.
You want entertainment, Carl? I'll give you entertainment.
Look, Carl, I'm a maniac! Maniac! No argument here.
Let's see their entertainment do this.
Whoa, Ray, I don't want to see anything do that.
At Blockbuster, the hottest new releases are guaranteed on DVD, so you'll always find the entertainment you want.
That's it, Carl. Shake what your mama gave you.
Make it a Blockbuster night.
The passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hawaii trails Xavier by 10, and the Rainbows, Bob, have not seen the islands since the 26th of February.
That's a lot of miles, 4,317, 17 days on the road. Laptop computers, professors, sports psychologists. They need him right now in that huddle because they got to get their minds right if they're going to overcome here in the end.
4-1 during that stretch. And the clock now becoming the enemy for Hawaii.
Two guys, Alvin Brown and Keith Jackson, have provided a great deal of defense pressure-wise for Xavier in this game, and that's got them the lead. They are out of the game right now. Thad trying to go back with his normal starting lineup while he has the lead.
With a 7-point lead at half melted away, they've produced only 8 points in this second half of play. A 25-8 run by Xavier. .252 left here in Dallas, game 2 of the day. Xavier, the 7th seed, against the 10 seed. And they have rallied back to take a 10-point lead, and the clock now running in their favor.
Down 7 at half. Xavier decided to come out and go all-out pressure. It's been extremely effective.
Timeout called by Thad Matta. Quick timeout in Dallas, and we'll be right back. 2:32 left.
Okay, what's the latest?
Flat screens. Huh? You heard me. Flat screens. They're the latest rage.
Flat screens, huh?
Yep, they don't take up a lot of desk space.
Well then, let's give people a 500 SE with a Pentium 4 processor and a flat screen for just $9.99.
Great. Hey, a little soda over here?
8-point half for Hawaii. Bob, simple question. Is it just fatigue in your mind, or for Xavier, how much credit for some tenacious defense?
I think 90% of the credit goes to Xavier. They've been absolutely great. Fast hands, fast feet, creating turnovers. If you told me Hawaii would be in this position after scoring 40 points and only scoring 8 points in the second half, I'd send you to that team psychologist they got that travels with them.
Chalmers missed the layup. Temple continues. English kicks to the corner. A 3-ball down.
The right guy shooting.
McIntyre with his third 3, 9 points. Now they try to put a little backcourt pressure on Xavier. Coming up on 2 minutes, 7-point game. West back in. Takes a foul from English.
Trying to stop the clock with just under 2. Could become a free throw shooting contest. I don't think Riley Wallace wanted the foul that early, especially David West. He's 77% from the line, pretty good. But they got to trade 3s for 2s now. They're still in it. Everything is still possible. Not enough fouls to send West to the free throw line yet.
Well, the lob goes to West.
Look at this. He center handling the basketball.
Yeah, good ball.
End game situation. They have a triangle out front here. This is their delay game. West gets involved. Very interesting. Probably because it's tougher for big guys to defend away from the basket.
Fry tries to break free, finds a lane. The trailer out of bounds.
And that's one of the negatives of having big guys handle the ball from that far away from the basket.
Hawaii basketball, 1:35 left. 58-51. Boy, a three would do some damage right now.
McIntyre, English, and Predrag. There's the back door I was talking about all day long. Finally, they get one.
21
out of a timeout.
For Savovich. And a whistle and a foul stops the clock with 1:19. 5-point game.
I know that lots of fans don't like to see this fouling at the end of a game. This is a classic backdoor play. Some people call it the blind pig. And the origins of that phrase, I cannot tell you. But right there, that is beautiful, beautiful basketball. They should have been doing a lot more of this early. They did not handle the pressure. When people pressure you away from the basket, the back door is the classic way to combat it.
Boneka picked up the foul, his third. Chalmers calmly hits the first. 9 points all this half for Lionel Chalmers, a junior from Albany, New York.
He's done a really, really good job of running things. Used to be more of a scorer, now both distributor and scorer.
Double figures. You know, he had 19 in the title game against Richmond in the A-10 tournament. McIntyre squares up, fires the three, too strong. Contact and a whistle.
Well, he knows he is out of the game.
.109 remaining second half here in Dallas. Xavier on top of Hawaii by 7. They trailed by 7 at the half. Time Shimonovich goes out with his 5th foul. No points. 0 for 3. Bob from the floor had 5 rebounds.
Well, he had a difficult game trying to guard David West, the All-American. Got in foul trouble early. Only played a few minutes in the first half. And as a result, not helping his cause late.
West, the Atlantic 10 Player of the Year. 2nd year in a row, and also the Defensive Player of the Year. Made the first, missed the second. 13 for David West.
The three-point shooting has been absent for Hawaii in the second half.
1 minute. A minute left. Savovich buries the three.
At any point in time, he can knock it in. He's been invisible in the second half until the last 30 seconds when he's made 2 threes. This one off a screen.
From long range, Savovich.
What was that?
Oh, my God.
Beneath the earth, Red Queen homicide.
Who's the Red Queen?
I've been a bad girl. In a top secret laboratory.
The corporation is keeping a few secrets down here.
Lies a world controlled. What's wrong with you? By an inhuman intelligence. I can't allow you to leave. Ruled by an unspeakable fear. Resident Evil. Rated R. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Xavier by 5 over Hawaii. 57 seconds left. Let's look at the timeouts, Bob. Xavier with 3, Hawaii with 1. Team fouls 8 for the Bows, 5 for Xavier.
It's been a remarkable game here. They got to foul right away and try to trade free throws for three-point shots in this juncture of the game. Hawaii scores 40 points in the first half, and the second half has been anemic for them. Only 16 points in Riley Wallace's group. Well-traveled, 4,300 miles in the last 2 weeks. And I think some of that fatigue is starting to take effect. Also, Xavier's D in the second half has been great in terms of their pressure on the basketball.
Chalmers 3 for 3 for the free throw line. .56 seconds remaining in Dallas, second half of Hawaii and Xavier. And 2 free throws for Chalmers, 4 for 4, perfect from the free throw line. 63-56, the 7th seed over the 10th seed.
A remarkable turnaround from the first to the second half. Hawaii scores 40 points in the first half, and Xavier at halftime, Thad Matta gives his team a tongue lashing, I'm sure, and they come out and pressure the ball in every pass, and not until the last moments has Hawaii been able to get any kind of backdoor action at all.
It's been a 30-16 run in this half. 48 seconds and change. Savovich, who had 16 in that first half, and now you see him right there trying to shake off that sprain in that right hand.
He sprained it against Tulsa and had a pad on yesterday in practice. Didn't bother him in the first half. He had 16 points, and then these 9 have all come in about the last minute. They are still very much in it.
26 for Predrag Savovich.
They're trying to get English in the game, but the clock has to tick once before he can come in by rule. So he'll have to sit and wait until the foul is made. You can anticipate Hawaii either stealing the basketball or on a catch, immediately fouling.
Both these teams explosive. Hawaii at 27-5, Xavier 25-5. Xavier trying to advance to round 2, and a whistle on the drive by Alvin Brown. Xavier with a 63-58 lead with 39 seconds remaining.
Well, Brown goes to the free throw line where he's 73%, and with the lead, he should feel confident.
First free throws of the day for Brown. Alvin Brown, 9 points, Bob, all here in the second half of play.
Well, he and Keith Jackson came in and gave high energy to the defense of the Musketeers. They were down big at halftime. Hawaii got everything they wanted in the first half, and in the second half, virtually nothing.
2 big free throws. Brown with a 10-point game. Keith Jackson will check back in for Xavier.
Both Brown and Jackson spark plugs at the defensive end. Very valuable in this game.
Savovich pops free. He wants the 3, gives it off to English, fires, and over the backboard. Substitution for Xavier, and Alvin Brown will check back in.
Well, the reason he's putting Brown and Jackson back and forth is Brown is a much better free throw shooter than Jackson, so at the offensive end, he wants him in case he gets fouled.
Reaching over the back for another foul, McIntyre. Well, Oklahoma already advancing in the first game of the day, beat Illinois Chicago, Bob, 71-63. The Sooners now 28-4, and they will play the winner of Xavier Hawaii.
That will be a great matchup inside. Aaron McGee probably will be doing battle with David West, and Hollis Price will be trying to guard Chalmers. Excellent defensive team is Oklahoma.
McGee had a huge game for Oklahoma, 26-12 for the Sooners. Chalmers missed the first, he'll get another. So 11 for Lionel Chalmers, 66-58.
The offense-defense substitution again. Jackson back in for his defensive prowess. This has been a very entertaining and unusual game we've seen here today with this one.
Well, Hawaii so much in control that first half. Savovich hit the deck on a wild 3. West has it. And the final seconds ticking down. And a foul at midcourt whistled on English.
Riley Wallace, 15 years at Hawaii. Looks like he's going to go down in this one. And Xavier, the Musketeers, happy. First-year coach Thad Matta doing a great job in his first season there. Wins the conference tournament championship. He's happy. The Atlantic 10 with only one team in the field this year. A little unusual. Temple normally in there. Thad Matta, formerly of Butler, took them and to the NCAA last year as well.
He's a young head coach, Bob, just 34 years of age. And he rips off his a 26-5 season in his first year with Xavier.
Xavier has had some outstanding coaches coach there and leave and take their careers elsewhere and also stay there. And he is among the line. Pete Gillen now at Virginia and Skip Prosser now at Wake Forest. Shimonovich sad about ending his day that way. Same with Mark Campbell, only a junior. He will be back, as will Riley Wallace, of course. It's been a great year for the Rainbow Warriors.
Fry at the free throw line. He's played strong minutes. Throws down his 9th point out of Chicago, Illinois. He's been just a blue-collar guy for this program. School record today, 129th game as a Musketeer.
Unbelievable. That's a long time being in that place and doing a good job. You think about the brackets and Xavier in Oklahoma, what a terrific matchup it's going to be.
Coach is emptying the bench, letting some players get a chance to get just a taste of what it feels like to play in the big dance, Bob.
That's exactly right. Those guys work all the time in practice. Now they get their opportunity to be in the game in the NCAA tournament.
Final seconds. The shot by English off the iron, and that's it. Xavier advances. They will take on Oklahoma on Sunday.